Hey everyone, we're here at ICT Logistics where we're teasing our new AI assistant. And if you want to come and have a look at it, we're going to show you quickly some of the features that we're demonstrating today. So the AI assistant is native within the app, and essentially it does two functions. It can pull data out and display it in any way you want, and it can query basically anything within the system. So it's really powerful from just asking it a question and getting a really good response. And then the second part of this is it can actually action anything of that data as well. So it can do exactly the same functions that a user could do. So if we just run a couple of quick demos, first prompt I'm going to show you is basically we're just going to ask it who's been the best picker this week. So it's going to go out there, query the database, pull data back, and then format it in a nice table for us so we can see a league table of who's picked the most stock this week. And then we're going to ask it to do some charts and graphs for us to just visualize that data and make it quicker. Best thing about all this is you can save the prompts. So if you're constantly running the same prompts every day, you can just drop them in, press a button, and you'll run the same prompt. And then on top of that, you can even automate this as well. So the next example I'll show you, I'll give you a better example of that. But you'll see immediately here, it's created the table for me. Sam Stringer being the best picker of this week. And then it's put it into a nice bar chart for me. I can just interact with it as well and say, let's see the top 5 in a pie chart. And that's going to give me a nice pie chart instead of a bar chart, which is, again, pretty cool. Again, it really just works the same way as ChatGPT does if you're used to using any of the LLMs. But it has a real deep understanding of how Clarus works. So it understands where to get the data from, and it understands how it can display that data to the user as well. So now I'm going to run an stock expiring prompt. That's basically what it's doing is it's looking at any data, any of my stock that's expiring in the next week. It's going to pull me out a list. And then what I'm going to do is be able to action that data. So again, this is showing you what a user could do in the UI, but actually the AI can do it even en masse as well. So if I had a large amount of records, the AI can just go off and deal with that. Again, if you've got an automation set up with a human prompt, so you're putting something really specific into the system, you're asking it to look for something specific and then action something specific, it can do that for you, and it can be automated so that job never has to be done again by a person, which is really cool. So now it's displaying these are the stock lines that are expiring, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ask it to put AB001A on hold, send that quick prompt, and then the system should go off and put that stock on hold for me. And it makes sure it doesn't go out the warehouse. So again, super powerful. But this is just, again, it's just kind of scratching the surface. Once you start to build up your prompts, you put them in the prompt catalog. And then, if you're doing repetitive tasks, automate those. And again, a lot of these things are going to be automated. So there you go. It's asking me for a reason code. So again, yeah, it knows that the system needs a reason code. So let's just use test. We'll run that. So it's a good example where the AI actually knows what it requires. So even if the user like me doesn't, it can then ask me for more information. And now you'll see it's successfully placed the stock on hold for me. So there it is. And again, just from a technical side, this all works because we've got an MCP server. The AI assistant is able to interact with that MCP server. So it has access to all the tools that a user would have using the front end. There are guardrails and extra bits of security in there just to make sure the user doesn't do anything crazy. But yeah, it's a very, very powerful tool. I think it's going to become huge this next year, and really excited for the feedback on the product.